Shalom, shalom. I like to say Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahweh Shah, Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahweh Shah, Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Rakah HaKwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS, and salutations to you brothers out there that's doing this work in truth and sincerity. Hey, so you see, man, more stores are closing up, more retail stores are closing up, more businesses are closing up, more mom and pop shops are closing, man. And why is that? Because things are getting just too expensive. Things are getting too expensive. Also, the wages aren't keeping up with the cost of living, man. Right? So more evictions is going out, more businesses are closing up. Right now, there's even a trucking shortage, man. A trucking shortage. So they can't even get people to come up in there and do trucking. But why is that? Because you have a lot of the veterans are retiring. You got a lot of veterans retiring. You got the millennials that really don't want to, have to do all that truck driving, man. Driving from state to state or even locally, man. So the trucking industry, which is the blood of America, is not doing so well. So right now this place is spiraling down the drain, and there's more articles coming out on a recession. There's definitely going to be a massive recession, massive layoffs. This place is going to enter into a Great Depression. This is the point of America's fall. This is the point of America's fall. Right now, people are going through it, man. I'm gonna go ahead and grab a book of Haggai. This is the book of Haggai, chapter 1, verse 5. It says, Now therefore, thus saith Yahweh of hosts, consider your ways. Right. You need to be considering your ways, man. You need to be considering what you're doing right now. Ultimately, you need to be considering what you're doing right now for Yahweh Shah. Right? Because if you're not doing what you should be doing for the Lord, you're gonna get caught out here in this hell to come, man. Right? And the things that, if people are stressed out right now, frustrated, anxiety their anxiety is going up, then what do you think you're gonna get when hell start really breaking loose in America? When there's a lack of jobs, because getting on the jobs, man. I did a video not that long ago getting on the jobs where it was stated that there was like over 300,000 job openings, right? But to find out that a lot of the job openings are fake, man. So when people get up on there and they fill out applications, they find out that eventually they find out that the application they put in for that particular job was a fake job. What they call it? What's the word? It was pretty much a fake job website, man. So be careful with that, man. So there's a bunch of job openings, man. That's a lie, man. And let's entertain the fact that if it wasn't a lie, right? These so-called job openings aren't really even hiring people, man. They're not even bringing people into the field, right? So a lot of it is lies, man. That's why the scripture said, believe not every word, man, because they'll just lie to you. Because they need to make the appearance of America look good or looks like it's getting better, and it's not. Right? And the scripture says in Thessalonians, when they begin to say peace and safety, then sudden destruction. So you can't believe everything, man. These so-called job openings, which is not there, especially in the economy we're in right now, and they raised up minimum wage, right? And by raising up minimum wage, it's affecting a lot of jobs that was paying under what minimum wage is right now, because minimum wage is like $14.30 or something like that. But you had a lot of jobs that were paying less than that, man, when minimum wage was like $12 an hour. So now that minimum wage is $14.30 or something, jobs are not, you got jobs laying off employees. But now you got fast food restaurants that's also laying off employees because they raised their wages up to like $19 to $20 an hour, man. Right? So like Domino's let go a lot of drivers because they were paying their drivers like $20+, so they let go a lot of drivers. Also, I think it was in Cali. Cali let go a lot of restaurant workers. You know, that they were paying like $20 an hour. You know, because it's affecting the employer. You know, it's costing the employer more, and they're not bringing in more. So that's causing them a problem. So they saying, look, in order to keep up pace, we gotta let go a lot of workers, man, in order for them to keep up float. So it says, now therefore thus saith Yahweh of hosts, consider your ways. Ye have sown much and bring in little. Ye eat, but ye have not enough. Ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink. Ye clothe you, but there is none warm. It says, and he that earneth wages to put it into a bag filled with holes. And that's what's going on, man. You having to have people work like 2-3 jobs in order to stay afloat. And the crazy thing is, you know, being in this situation, that's Satan, bro. Being in this situation, you got people not even wanting to work, man. So even though times are getting harder, more rough for these people, they don't even want to work. So they don't even want to go get jobs. It's so stressful because you're working, you know, you're working a 9 to 5, or you're working longer hours or more days, and you know, it still feel like you ain't making nothing, man. Even working 2-3 jobs, you got people right now that are stating that even with, you know, a college degree, that it's not getting them nowhere. So you got people putting themselves in $100,000 in debt, right? $200,000 in debt, and they not getting the jobs. They're not getting into the professions to pay off that debt that they accumulated, man. And they said one of the major reasons why America's debt so high is because of college debt, because of school debt, man, that people cannot pay off. And then on top of that, I believe the second one is credit card debt, man, because people are now using credit cards for every damn thing. They're using credit cards to make payments on their water bill, light bill, right? Getting groceries, you know, buying necessities for the house. So it's getting worse. It's getting worse. I said worser, Salakia. It's getting worse for people, man. It's getting worse for people out here, right? So it says, ye have sown much and bring in little, right? Because you working and working and working, but you're not bringing nothing in, man. You're not really bringing nothing in, right? It was stated that, you know, there was a certain amount that you had to make, you know, every year just stay afloat, you know, 10, 15 years ago, you know, and that was like a range up to about $65,000 to even, you know, live comfortably, you know, to get you a nice little house, to get you a nice little vehicle. And all you had to make was about $65,000 a year, you know, about 10 years ago or so, 10, 15 years ago. And then now you have to make damn near double that amount. So now in order to live comfortably, you know, you gotta make about $120,000 a year. And another thing that, you know, that affects you is the fact that, you know, women are not in the mentality to work like that. They're not in the mentality to work as a man would, you know, longer hours and more days. So being that women are not in that mentality to work like that, it affects the household, man. Because now, you know, when a man comes in stressful, he can't get what he needs from her because now she having to put in double the work. And now she's tired, man. So that's going to affect the households, man. Right? So these devils, man, they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing, man. right? They're crashing this system. They're putting everybody in a state of stress, anxiety, frustration, right? Because right now you also have a lot of women putting more pressure on the men and telling the men to work harder or make more, right? And that mess around with the mentality of men. Because, hey, look, he wants to go home. He wants to be able to chill. He wants to be able to rest. But he got to be out there busting his ass in order to, keep the house afloat. And the men that are actually doing it, the men that are actually trying to keep the house afloat, their wives are committing adultery on them because they're not home. They're not home. So it's a lose-lose situation for the men. So you either work harder, make more to provide for your family, and and your woman commits adultery on you, or you work less, go home, you get none, and it's difficult for you to keep up with your bills. So it's a lose-lose situation, lose-lose scenario for the men, right? So it says, ye have so much and bring in little, ye eat, but ye have not enough, ye drink, but ye are not filled with drink, ye clothe you, but there is none warm, and he that earneth wages to put it into a bag full of holes. Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, consider your ways, because this place is going down. This place is going down the drain, man. So you better get right with Yahweh Shai, because any day you could wake up and that's it. Any day you could wake up and the economy have crashed, right? You can't go to work. People are out here flipping out, and pretty soon you're gonna have a revolution. A revolution is when the people try to overthrow their government, which is actually prophesied in the book of 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter, of them coming against their kings and their princes. There was one interview that I watched on YouTube where the guy actually stated that these people are going to wonder, where the fuck are their money at, man? Right? Where are their money at? And there's situations where people can't even get to their money, where banks are the banking system is malfunctioning to the point where people money are becoming like missing, not there, right? Or that being that the cost of living and expenses are increasing and people are coming out of pocket more than ever, these people are going to eventually come to a point where it's going to be too much for them, man. And like I always say, the minute it's affecting the mouths of their children, is when these people are really going to react. See, right now, it's still not as effective. It's still not, really hitting the household as much as you would believe. So, these people are still somewhat staying afloat. If that's not the case, then you wouldn't, see people at work. You wouldn't really see people in apartments or in houses as much as you still see them. So that's still saying that these people are doing what is necessary for them to stay afloat. But eventually, it's gonna become impossible to do that, man. That's why I mentioned earlier, you got more evictions going on, right? More evictions are going on because you can only do so much, man. Like if you working, let's say you working 6 days out of the week, you working, 12, 13, 14 hour days, that shit affects you emotionally and mentally, man. Right? So it puts these people in a point of, it puts these people in a point of like, God damn, man, like, how much more can I do? How much more do I have to keep going and pushing in order to stay in this apartment or in order to stay in this house? Right? And more floor closures right now are happening with the women, especially with the black women who, that's making $65,000 to $70,000 a year, and then they go and they find a way to get enough money to put down on a house. But these women, because there was an interview where a woman said that a lot of black women are pretty much surpassing men, which is prophesied in the scriptures. But it says there's many black women that surpassing men right now. But even though they are, women don't have money management. They have no sense of money management. So these women, they go get houses, they go get brand new cars and all that shit. And then before you know it, with the cost of living going up, it is affecting them. And they're only one person in the house. So what's happening is that they're struggling. And then their house get foreclosed on, right? And then on top of that, they end up losing their vehicles. So that's happening right now amongst the black woman, right? So, you know, being alone out here. And what I mean about being alone out here, I'm talking about for you women who say, I don't need a man, man ain't shit, blah 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 blah. But pretty soon you really gonna wake up to the fact that you're going to need a man. You know, that you're going to need that help. You know, two are better than one. And if you're alone, it doesn't work like that, man. You know, if you're alone, it doesn't work. It probably would have worked 15 years ago, you know, when expenses, or 10, 15 years ago when expenses wasn't as high. But seeing that, you know, and there's constant articles coming out, man, telling you that the lights are APS is going to start charging more. Water filtration are going to start charging more. They're telling you, they're constantly sending out notifications of they're going to charge you more and more for these things, man. Right? So you people think you working now. Shit. You think you working now, man. Real soon you're going to be working even harder. So if you don't have help, you're going to be screwed, man. You know, if two people that's in the house are struggling, just imagine what you're going to have to go through by yourself, right? So actually, man, I was just going to get the point in 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter, but I'm just going to go through the book of 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter, man, because there's a lot of meat in here, you know, a lot of prophecy. So 2nd Ezra 15:1, it says, behold, speak down the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which we're doing, man. We're speaking unto the children of Israel. We're speaking unto the so-called black Hispanics and Native Americans on what's taking place in the earth, what the Lord is bringing about in the earth, man. Man, if you're not paying attention to what's going on in the world, man, you're gonna be screwed out here, man. You're gonna be caught off guard, right? So it says, behold, speak down the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord. So when we out here speaking, we speaking prophecy, man. We're telling you that this place is spiraling down the drain, man. The Lord is about to bring great judgment upon America. Look, and he's doing it right now. What's happening? How is he bringing this place down? He's doing it financially first. You can see that, man. People's financial situations aren't doing too good. They're not doing too great out here, man. You know, homelessness is wrapping up like crazy. Now, a lot of people are being deceived of all these warehouses and things going up. But that's just deception, man. That's to make you believe that the economy is strong when it's really not. The economy is not strong, man. So it says, and cause them to be written in paper, for they are faithful and true. Right? This is why we come straight out of the book, man. You know, we don't come with our own beliefs, our own doctrine, our own way. We come straight out of the book, because this book is what's giving us the wisdom, knowledge, and understanding that we need to be out here to begin with. We couldn't be out here if we didn't have this word. So it says, fear not the imaginations against thee, let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee, because we know that, you know, they're going to speak against us. Right now, there's a bill they're trying to pass to ban the Bible, which is, it's okay because it's prophesied that the famine or war shall come. So they're trying to get bills to ban the Bible because people don't like what's being said out of the scriptures, right? So it says, behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. So this is what the Lord is about to bring upon the earth. the sword, famine, death, and destruction. So there will be no peace, right? There will be no peace, even though the scriptures tell you the Lord is the Lord. What the scriptures say? Matter of fact, let me get it. It says, it's like it. I am for peace, but when I speak, it is for war. So there's not going to be peace upon this earth until the Lord put his people back in the rulership. So it says, behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. Right? I don't sound like peace, man. And this is what the Lord is bringing upon the earth, right? The sword, which you people, have in your vehicles, have concealed carry, you know what I'm saying? Have them in your homes, and instead of self-defense, instead of using these weapons for self-defense, you're going to use those weapons to invade your neighbor's house for their resources. When these resources become, when you have a lack of resources here in America pretty soon, man. So, famine. Right now there's something going on with the farmers. I had it on Newsbreak. But right now, man, there's a problem going on with the farmers and with chicken farms and everything like that, which is causing them to shut down a lot of their businesses. Not that long ago, I think a couple years ago, you had some chicken farms that were being burnt down. I think you had like one cow farm or something like that. But a bunch of chicken farms were being burnt to a crisp, right? So, that famine is going to be on the rise real soon. It says, death and destruction. Death is definitely on the rise. Well, you got war going on right now to prove that. You got a lot of war going on right now. Who's at war right now? You have, pretty much the U.S., Israel, Russia, North Korea. You have Palestine and Iran. These nations right now are at war. I believe there's a couple more nations that are at war as well. I don't remember which ones though. I think there's even something going on in Germany. Germany is actually about to get involved in war in Britain. That was an article that I just went into not that long ago. A brother sent it to me, stating that Russia stated that if Britain get involved by sending missiles or any type of military weaponry to Ukraine, that they were going to begin war with Britain, man. And on top of that, the U.S. just stated that Britain is really not ready for war, man. They said Britain is not an elite force. So they pretty much just kicked the chair from up under Britain. So Britain ain't ready for war, man. So hey, that's what the U.S. said to Britain on Newsbreak, man. That they're not ready for war, that they're not an elite force, right? So U.S. just kicked Britain right up. U.S. just kicked the chair right up from up under Britain, right? So it says death and destruction. So that's on the rise right now, and pretty soon that's gonna come about in America. A lot of death and destruction is gonna come about this place, because at the end of the day, the scriptures talk about the destruction of Babylon, which is America, right? So everything that's happening over there in the Middle East is leading up to America being destroyed. It's a lot, man. That sun kind of in my face, but I can still see it and whatnot. But everything that's going on in the Middle East is leading up to the destruction of America. Right? That was an article that came out of America pulling out from America is pulling out their soldiers from Niger, something like that. So they're about to pull their military out of Niger, man. Right? It says, let me read that back. Behold, saith the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. So the Lord is bringing this destruction because wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth. Well, look, that's why the Lord that's why the Lord brought death to many people during the time of Noah. He said because of the thoughts of their imagination was evil continually, Salakia. Continually. So what he did, he brought about the flood. He brought about the flood, which killed, the majority of the people and animals on the earth. So what do you think the Lord is about to bring upon the earth in this time in America, which is the most wickedest kingdom that have ever been, which America is the most wickedest kingdom that have ever existed on earth, right? Because they have the technology to do things that the kingdoms of ancient couldn't do. They could do sex changes now, man, right? What the scriptures talk about, if a man cut off his privy, he shall be cast out from among his people. But you got men that's walking around with no male appendages anymore. They're walking around with some resemblance of a woman's private part, right? Getting surgeries and getting cut up, which is not working out for them, man, because when you have created a wound for men when they didn't have it, right? And eventually those wounds begin to close up, so you create infections. This is why that shit is abnormal. But this is why they also want to pass bills to ban the Bible, because these are the things that the Bible come against, right? So you have that going on. You have women that's you have women right now that are wanting to be men, right? Women that are wanting to be men, which is bugged out. But what, Esau have pills that can alter your biology or your anatomy, and now you have a woman growing a beard, mustache. She begins to lose her breast, and her bodily form begins to look more of a manly form, right? So the Lord is against that, man. The Lord made male and female. He didn't make Transformers, man, right? Now, he might have put it in the mind for directors and all that to write up movies on Transformers, but he didn't do that for people, man, right? So it's not meant for people. It's not meant for a man to want to be a woman. It's not meant for a woman to want to be a man. But that deals with the chemicals that Esau, is feeding you people and spraying on you people with the chemtrails. It's affecting you mentally, man. So now you have what they call a mental disorder. Well, before it was called a mental disorder. Now they're saying that, well, you could be what you want to be now. Instead of it being a mental disorder, you could be what you want to be, right? So it says, for wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Because these devils, they do not prosecute people committing wickedness, man. Now, yeah, you commit a murder, you get 25 years to life, but you got people who commit murders and they still alive. People who commit murders and they get out within 25 years on good behavior, with the possibility of parole. Hey, the scriptures tell you, he that killeth a man shall be put to death. They released a man, like 5 years ago on a murder case. They released him back into the world. And guess what? He committed murder again. You release a murderer thinking he didn't change his damn life, and then he went and murdered somebody again. That was also a guy who said he used to live next door to a guy that committed murder. Now, he didn't get into details on what the dude did, but supposedly the guy committed murder he got out and he was living in like a lake house or something like that. He had a house by a lake, and there was a guy that lived next door to him, and he was recording him. He said, yeah, man, this guy right here, he's a murderer, man. He killed people and shit. And they released him. And he was going about his day just fishing. he was just fishing about his day. But the scriptures talk about putting people like that to death, man. So this place don't pass. This place don't have laws that that go against what they push in America. Like, there's no law that's against committing adultery. So if a woman gets up, she's just tired of your ass and she just wants to, have her she just, she gets tired of you or whatever, or she needs to find herself, she could just get up and go commit adultery on you, and there's no consequences behind that. You got men out here that glorify committing adultery, talk about making videos about how they pop other men's women, right? So these people, man, they have no fear. That was just a brother just made a video. The title of the video was, if you don't fear the Lord, you will die, man. And that's 100% true. If you don't fear the Lord, you're gonna die, because to fear the Lord, right, you would keep his commandments. And if you don't fear the Lord, that means you're not keeping his commandments, right? And that leads to death. We went into this last week on Saturday, going into Adam. The reason why there's death upon the earth is because of the transgression of Adam, right? So if you're doing that which is contrary to righteousness, then you can expect that, maybe in this life or the next life to come, Lord willing, the kingdom is at hand, very soon. Either in this life or the next life, you could be judged, man. That's in the book of 2nd Ezra, the 14th chapter, right? So it says, yeah, Salakia, man, that sun is really in my eyes, but there ain't pretty much nowhere to go, man. That sun is coming up everywhere. So even if I try to move, it's still gonna be in my eyes. So it says, therefore saith the Lord, and you can expect that wickedness is only going to increase because you have the wicked ruling over the earth. You go into the book of Job 9:24, the scripture says, for the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. Or who is the wicked? Esau, Edom, according to the book of Malachi 1:4, right? And it says, when you go into the book of Sirach, the 10th chapter, it says, if the rulers are wicked, then the people will be wicked. And you can see that, man. The people are wicked as hell, man. These people don't care. They don't give a damn. And more people are telling you that they don't believe that there's a higher power. So right now, people are more gravitating towards what do you say? They gravitating more towards believing that they are God, or gravitating towards these they gravitating towards more of like Scientology and shit. So these people are starting to not believe that there's a higher power. The scripture says, woe unto them that trust in the arm of men, right? So these people, they're believing more and more in men than they do a higher power, right? And that goes for our people, man. You Israelites. And Jake, though Jake have a zeal of the Lord, Jake get into all of this other bugged out doctrine. He get into being, a conscious member, conscious leader. Jake get into all of this astrology shit. Jake get into things that don't even make sense half the damn times, man. Right? One thing I tell you about Jake, though, man, is that when Jake do want to learn, he does learn a lot of shit. That's something about our people, is that when we want to learn, we really do learn, and we learn a lot of things. But the problem with Jake is that he have a problem with distinguishing truth from lies. That's the problem with Jake, man. Jake is more about gravitating to believing in all kind of shit, man. Right? So again, it says, therefore thus saith the Lord, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness. And that's why you got so much going on in the world right now, man. Because the Lord isn't holding his tongue. He using the prophets, right, to prophesy against the wicked wicked kingdoms, right, and to tell you that judgment is on the rise, man. So if Jay keep doing what he's doing, right, then you're gonna find yourself destroyed with the rest of the people, man. Right? And if you believe in destiny, like you say you believe, right? The destiny that these nations have for them is captivity. So it says, I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things in which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and righteous blood crieth unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. That's why we out here, because we're complaining. We're telling the Lord that we want out of here, man. We waiting for this place to be wiped off the face of the earth, man. We want things to change, right? We want to see things differently, man. You know, I was thinking yesterday, man. I was like, man, you could tell the righteous from the wicked, because the righteous is in a vexating spirit, because we have to dwell here and amongst these wicked ass people. So you could tell a difference between the men that don't want to be here and the men that do. You know, and a lot of these people, man, they just don't want to be here because they not pulling enough women or they're not making enough money. No, we don't want to be here because this place is filled with wickedness, man. We want the kingdom to come. We want to walk in righteousness, man. We want our women to be right. We want our people to be right. We want to be right. Right? This is why we want out of here, man. Right? So it says, so yeah, we're complaining continually. So you can sit out here and all day tell us that we're crybabies or get a life or get jobs, or you can say whatever you want to. We don't really care, man. All we know is that the fact of the matter is the Lord is about to destroy this place, and we're going to complain until he does. It says, and therefore saith the Lord, I will surely avenge them and receive unto me all the innocent blood from among them. All the innocent blood from among who? The nations. And the evils and wickedness that they have done upon the Lord's chosen people. The Lord is going to avenge his people and bring great judgment about the nations. Right? Right, that's what the Lord said. He said, I shall bring them to this to the valley of Jehoshaphat, which is the city of judgment. So it says, behold, my people is led as a flock to the slaughter. I will not suffer them now to dwell in the land of Egypt. It says, but I will bring them with a mighty hand and a stretched out arm, and smite Egypt with plagues as before, and will destroy the land thereof. So the Lord is about to destroy this place, man. Right? This place is ancient kingdoms in one. This is Babylon. This is Rome. This is ancient Egypt. And the Lord is about to bring destruction to this place, man. So it says, Egypt shall mourn, and the foundations of it shall be smitten with plagues, punishment that the Most High shall bring upon it. So the Lord is about to bring plagues and punishments about Egypt, man. And we can see that, man. Right? We can see those plagues. We can see the punishment. You know, diseases are ramping up. It is stated that there's going to be a virus that's going to be worse than the COVID-19. They said that that virus is it could be in America before you know it, man. There was an article on Newsbreak that came out on that. So the Lord is bringing plagues. He's bringing plagues and punishment about this place. So it says, they that till the ground shall mourn, for their seed shall fail through the blasting and hail, and with a fearful constellation. woe to the world and them that dwell therein. And again, woe means to threaten or destroy. So the Lord is threatening to bring destruction to what? The world, to the inhabitants of the world, right? So you people got a world of hell coming to you. You got a world of hell coming to you, man. Man, when this economy crash, man, it's going to be a whole different story. You people's lives are really going to turn around, man, in a bad way. Your lives are really going to turn around. This way of living that you have, it's not going to be anymore, man. And it's only a matter of time, man. It's only a matter of time before this place goes to shit. So it says, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hand. And I brought that up earlier about, the gun, about these people that, have guns in their vehicles, concealed carry, or at home, is that these guns aren't going to be used for their defense. It's going to be used for their offense when these people begin to not have the resources necessary for them to feed themselves and their families. You don't understand the mentality of people when they're suffering, man. When they can't get the necessary resources needed, man. These people turn into savages very quickly, and they show no remorse. It's a survival. It's like a survival tactic, that the mind takes. It's like a switch in the mind that goes in survival mode, right? So it says, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another with swords in their hands. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. So you're gonna be hearing your next door neighbor, like the Purge, when you had those two girls in the house, and the neighbor upstairs came down, and he was kicking down the door and all kind of shit. He had a shotgun and everything. And that's the point it's gonna get in America very soon. Where these people, I call them dormitors. They're dormitors, because these are people that are at home thinking about all kind of wickedness that they could do when this place collapses, when there's no more 911, when there's no more, police emergencies, a police emergency where they could come and save your ass. There's gonna be no more of that. It ain't even like police can save you now. A lot of times, by the time they get there, your ass is grass. So just imagine in the times to come when there isn't police, man, and these dormitors, hey, they start rising up out of their homes. You know what I'm saying? To fulfill their desires, right? So it says, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. And you can see that is on the rise, because when Trump was president, you had them invading the White House, man. And then you had a woman get shot. So people resorted to invading the White House. What the hell you think that's gonna take place when things start getting worse out here, man? When things start getting a lot worse in America, you think they're just gonna be invading a White House? Man, a lot of you so-called a lot of you leaders in America, these people gonna come from you. I remember when they went for Nancy Pelosi, man. Not that long ago, when you had a bunch of people standing outside of her house, and they was calling for her to come outside, and her husband stepped out there and told them to go away. So these people, they're getting to the point to where they want to come for you, man. They want to come for you leaders, man. You leaders, because these people are expecting better out of you, man. They're expecting you to give them a better living, and you're worsening their living. But these people vote to get you in office. They vote to put you in those positions because you tell them lies and deceit. You tell them that you could make things better, you could put things in a better situation for them, and then to find out that you only bettering yourself. But as I said before, you know, they're in it. They get into that because they get into that because they're only thinking about their own interests, the money that they could make, you know, the things that they could get. That's all they caring about. They're not caring about you damn people, man. Right? So again, it says, for there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Right now, you got a lot of soldiers that's actually, you know, not agreeing with what's going on in America right now. You know, they get hit. You know, just imagine going into a different country and coming back, and you're in a worse position than you were before you left. You know, even the soldiers ain't feeling it, man. So it says, a man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able, because when these things begin to happen, they're going to use some type of excuse to close these things down. It was stated that that it's a possibility that Trump is going to use some type of weather emergency to try to stay in office, man. Which they stated that he have the power to actually do that. So he have the power to put a halt on the elections, right? On people voting and everything. So it says, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. So what's up? So the Lord is telling you, man, that in that day, even men themselves are going to be afraid, man. Hey, every day is going to be hell for you, man, when these things begin to happen. It says a man shall travail like it says a man shall travail as a woman that giveth birth, to roughly paraphrase it. Right? So it says, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. So the Lord said, great tribulation is on the rise, right? And because of great tribulation is on the rise, these people are going to turn into savages, man. So you think it's bad now? Wait until these things begin to happen. Wait until the famine hits, right? Wait until the economic crash, right? These people are about to be taken out of their comfort zones, right? They're going to be taken out of their comfort bubbles, right? And they're going to come to reality, right? So it says, behold, saith the Most High, I will call together all the kings of the earth to reverence me, which are from the rising of the sun, from the south, from the east, and from Lebanus, to turn themselves one against another and repay the things that they have done to them. So there you go, man. And that's what's happening. You know, you got these nations coming up against each other, man, having war, taking lands, and profiting from the death of the people, which is prophesied, man. You know, the scriptures tell you. Hey, we just went into it. You know, 2 Ezra 15:1, prophesied into my people. Right? So Matthew's the 24th chapter. It's coming to fruition, man. Matthew's the 24th chapter is coming to fruition. So it says, like as they do yet this day unto my chosen, so will I do also, and recompense in their bosom, thus saith the Lord power. My right hand shall not spare the sinners, and my sword shall not cease over them that shed innocent blood upon the earth. The fire is going forth from his wrath, and have consumed the foundations of the earth, and their sinners like straw that is kindled. Woe to them that sin and keep not my commandment, saith the Lord, man. So the Lord is preparing that fire, and that fire is going to come from those nuclear missiles, right? That fire is going to come from those nuclear missiles. That's why them nuclear missiles, man, they just not for show, man. They're not just there to just show to you people and entertain you people because you see them on TV. These nukes are going to be used. Remember, man, that was high intentions on using a nuke on Ukraine. They kept stating, would Russia use a nuke on Ukraine? It was even said that Russia wanted to shoot a nuke into America, right? And then you have North Korea, Kim Jong-un, that threatened to shoot a nuke at this place, man. And there's no running from that, man. There's no running from the nukes, because them nukes can reach America within 30 minutes. It was even stated that they have nuclear missiles that could probably touch down on this place within less than 30 minutes, man. Right? So the Lord have kindled the fire to bring destruction to this place. So it says, the fire is going forth from his wrath and have consumed the foundations of the earth, and the sinners like the straw that is kindled. Woe to them that sin and keep not my commandments, saith the Lord. I will not spare them. Go your way, ye children, from the power. Defile not my sanctuary. For the Lord knoweth all them that sin against him, and therefore delivereth he them unto death and destruction. Hey, so 2/3 of you so-called Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans, right, you're going to be destroyed too, man. You're going to be destroyed too. That was, I just recently came across a brother video who said, not all Israel shall be destroyed. That was the title of his video, right? Because a lot of you Israelites, man, you're going to be destroyed, man. You're going to be destroyed because you walk in the ways of wickedness, and you want America to be here for another. Our dude said a long time ago, he said, I hope America is here for another 200 years. Nigga, you could barely live past 20, nigga. You talking about America being here for another 20 years, and niggas could barely live past 20. You better get your ass out of here with that, man. Right? We want America, shit. We want America going right now, man. Lord willing. Like, we in the hopes of this place crashing right now. Right? But we have to be patient. We have to be patient. We have to endure this shit that's in the world, right? We have to have a strong mentality, right? And the Lord said that He conquered the world, right? Should we not conquer it also? And we in a wicked ass kingdom, man. Like, this place is wicked, and it really, you know, it really gets to you. It really gets to you, man. But let's keep going on this. It says, I will not spare them. Go your way, ye children, from the power. Defile not my sanctuary. It says, for the Lord knoweth all them that sin against him, and therefore delivereth he them unto death and destruction. For now are the plagues come upon the world. Salakia. For now are the plagues come upon the whole earth, and ye shall remain in them. For the Most High shall not deliver you, because ye have sinned against him. Behold, an horrible vision, and the appearance thereof from the east. Right, so that's pretty much all I wanted to get on that, man. So ultimately, man, as we read, you know, the Lord is about to bring great judgment to this place. America is going downhill, right? This place is falling. It's coming into a recession. It's coming into another depression, right? And you people are going to suffer for it. And then you're going to be destroyed. I think the word destroyed means to cut asunder, but I could be wrong. I need to look that word back up. Or to destroy in pieces, or in pieces, or something like that. I forget. But that's what the Lord is bringing about this place, man. So while you people are thinking that America is going to last and get better, on some make America great again, the Lord is about to destroy this place, man. Right? And he's about to set up his kingdom on the earth. He's about to set up his kingdom upon the earth. And when you go into the book of Jeremiah, he said, I shall gather my people from the four corners of the earth, and I shall bring them into the land that I have promised them. Right? And the Lord is not going to do that by way of commercial airplanes, man, commercial planes. He's about to do that by way of a great deliverance. As he did in Egypt, he shall do in America, man. Right? Because you're going to have some men, the scripture says, we shall be called up. Right? We shall be called up. That reminds me of The that reminds me of Bleach. If you ever watch Bleach, it's a anime, and that was a scene where the leader Aizen and his team were beamed up by way of the hollows, and you couldn't get next to them beams without being destroyed. And that's how the Lord is going to deliver the elect. That's how he's going to deliver the elect, is by way of those the UFOs, man. And they're going to beam down and deliver them before them nukes touch this place, man. That's what's coming. That's in Thessalonians, man. You shall be called up. So Lord willing, you know, Lord willing, we are of the elect, and we will be called up and be delivered from this hellish of a place, right? And you people, man, you might want to be here, but we don't, man. Hey, like we in what the brothers say, we in the spirit of Lot, right? And Lot, you know, Lot was vexated of spirit because of the wickedness that was going on in Sodom and Gomorrah. You know, people tend to forget these ancient kingdoms that were wiped out, man. You know, you tend to forget why the Lord flooded the whole earth. He just didn't do that out of kicks and fun. He did that because there was great wickedness upon the earth. So he flooded the whole earth to start all over again, right? And now he's about to show his power when he brings destruction to America, because wickedness has exceedingly polluted the whole earth. You got women that want to be equal to men. That's bugged out. You're not equal to a man. You shouldn't even look forward to being equal to a man, because at the end of the day, if somebody break in the house, you looking for him to be your damn savior. You looking for him to get up and go protect you. You want him to pull some type of Jet Li, Jackie Chan karate move on a perpetrator and shit. You not gonna get up and go check. So why are you trying to be equal to a man? Yeah, you could go buy a gun and you could go to the shooting range and learn how to shoot, but that's not gonna stop you from panicking. That's not gonna stop you from being afraid, right? And panicking, when you panic and you're not calm in a situation, that shit could lead to your death, man. You get the fundling, and like, you know, when you watch those movies, Michael Myers and Jason, when people try to get into their homes, they're fundling their keys and shit. They can't get in the house because they too damn afraid. Hey, we just went in that. Well, right, man shall be afraid in that day, man. So when you get the fundling, you're afraid, you don't know what to do, right? You tend to make more mistakes. So the Lord about to have you people fundling, man. You know, great judgment is coming to America, man. Right? It's going to be some fearful times to come to this place, man. Right? And you people are not prepared for what's to come. This place is going down, man. You know, the Lord have dug up its grave for the whore of Babylon, man. Right? So, you know, that's all these people are thinking about, man. They just thinking about, you know, getting through life, man, trying to, you know, build a future for themselves and a future for their families, and, you know, not preparing for the Lord, man, not preparing for the judgment that the Lord is about to bring upon this place. But that's fine, because not everybody is meant to wake up and to see what's actually in front of them, to see what's going on. These people want to stay jacked up in the system, and that's fine, man. You know, stay jacked in this system. You know, I want to be unjacked, man, and we are unjacked, right? Men out here on the highways and byways, we're unjacked, right? Right now, we you know, right now, from you know, when we gotta, I want to say this the right way, we're unjacked. We're unjacked is the reason why we can see the truth in this world. Why these people stay jacked up and afraid to actually see the truth in the world, right? But, you know, that's Isaiah 6 and 9. I think that's Romans, the 11th chapter. You know, that's fine, man. Stay jacked in, man. You know, it ain't no sweat off our bones, but, you know, our job is to come out here and speak on these things that you people don't want to hear. You know, we gonna keep speaking on them until the famine of the word, until we're out of here. You know, through the spirit and the power of Yahweh Shemel Shai, right? But hey, you know, Lord willing, this was edifying to you brothers, man. I'm go ahead and get up out of here and say Barak Yahweh, Barak Yahweh Shai, Barak Yahweh. Barak Yahweh Shah, Bahashem, Rakah, Quadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS. And salutations to you brothers out there that's doing this work, truth and sincerity. We almost out of here. Keep your heads up, stay strong, be soldiers. Shalom.